Peace and blessings, all my beautiful people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, I want to thank all my subscribers and everybody that supports the channel. I really appreciate it. And thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Because it's smaller channels in these YouTube streets, it's hard to grow, but we're growing. And I see you guys liking and sharing, and that just makes me smile. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, today's episode, I wanted to open you guys' minds up and just have a better understanding of what's been going around. When it comes to social media, when it comes to scams, and it comes to people just scamming people and frauds, we see a lot of it. A lot of people get scammed online, a lot on their emails, whether they get text messages. Today we're talking about Section 8 frauds and scammers. And this is something that it's been a divide, especially in our communities. A lot of people just trying to get over on people, and then you have people out there just trying to do the most. I want you guys to pay attention to these stories right here. Let me know what you think about this conversation, and you leave your comments down below. And if you've been scammed in your life before, let us know, and maybe we can speak on my morning show, 9 a.m. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But yeah, man, it's sad out there. People are getting scammed out of their money, and money that they work hard for, and money that some people don't even have. So let's jump into it and see what's going on. Love you guys. Let's get it.
Mickey made it. Mickey made it. What you made, Mickey?
Mickey made it.
Mickey made it. What's up, man? Salute. Mickey, you made it, Mickey. Mickey made
Fresh
it.
back from Dubai. Brothers and sisters. They go.
This mother-daughter duo accused of carrying out the largest case of housing fraud in Orange County history. Erica Mickens and her daughter, Brittany Mickens, are facing felony charges, accused of scamming the county's Section 8 housing and its in-home supportive services program.
These two individuals are accused of stealing upwards of $190,000 from the Housing Authority and from in-home support services.
People in this Westminster neighborhood say officers spent the day at the family's home Thursday, making the arrests and collecting evidence. This afternoon, an investigator went door to door, interviewing neighbors.
Concealing their identity, using multiple birth certificates, identification cards to defraud taxpayers.
Investigators say Erica received the maximum benefit reserved for the most severely disabled clients, though they say surveillance showed her doing work around her home without issue. The DA also says the pair took lavish international trips and posted photos to Facebook, seen here touring Rome and here at Disneyland Paris. Neighbors said they often saw luxury cars at the home.
She had a Porsche, and now she has a Range Rover in the garage. And
it's crazy.
That's a new car, so I thought, well, fine.
If convicted, they each face a maximum of 8 years in state prison. Neighbors say they can't believe someone would take from those who actually need the aid.
All that money. That's I just don't understand.
You want to know what's wrong with this country? I met with a tenant today who wants to rent one of my rental properties. The tenant, like a lot of tenants, asked me if I accept housing vouchers. If you don't know what a voucher is, it's essentially Section 8. I said, yeah, no problem. I have lots of tenants that have vouchers. I have no issue with it. The voucher is for $2,000 a month, okay? Normal rental voucher. When she gets there, she asked me how much the deposit is. I said, well, it's going to be the $1,800 rent, first month's rent, plus an $1,800 security deposit, $3,600. And she says, well, I don't have to move out of my place till the end of May. I said, well, I'm looking to move someone in on April 1st. So if you want the place, you need to start renting it April 1st. I'm not waiting until June. She goes, that's no problem. I have a side hustle. I have people that I take care of. These are elderly, special needs people that live with me. But that's $1099. It's tax-free. This woman tells me she is making $5,000 a month doing elder or special needs care, which is a very lucrative, very big business. They live with her and she has a 5-bedroom housing voucher because she has so many kids. And during the conversation, she says, I'll probably put all the kids in the basement so I can use the rooms upstairs for the...
Okay, so had an issue over the weekend and kind of got some more information about it. So, okay, we had some tenants, and this has been a reoccurring problem. I want to know if anybody else has noticed this. I mean, it's getting more and more common. Okay, so I'm noticing that there's more and more Section 8 tenants that are trying to open an illegal, like, child care center in a Section 8 house or apartment. Okay, it's super illegal. It violates all Section 8 rules. You're not allowed to do that. But people keep trying to, like, just in the last year, I think I've had to evict like 6 people or 6 families, however you want to say it, like 6 households, okay, that were trying to run this illegal child care center out of their house. Okay, like they didn't have a business license, they didn't have anything. They just put a sign out, started advertising, and I don't know, like, is this only happening in Tulsa? Is anybody else seeing this go on anywhere else in the country? That's not the only Section 8 scam that we've been seeing a lot recently. So what we'll see is a tenant will have a Section 8 voucher and they'll rent the house, but then they'll never actually move into the house. So instead what they'll do is they'll sublease it out to someone that is like a cash tenant, right? So they're, number one, not paying any rent because Section 8 is paying it, and then they're collecting $1,000 a month as in pretending to be a landlord, right? So I'm just wondering if anyone else has seen this, anyone else has heard about this. Why is the news not talking about this, right? Like, I've tried to make news stations aware of it. Nobody seems to care. And I mean, it's not like this is a 1 or 2 time thing. Like, I mean, this keeps happening. Like, every month I'm having to evict someone that violated these policies, right? And, you know, it's not us necessarily evicting. It's the city telling us, like, hey, these people got to go because they violated lease. So, I don't know. What have you guys seen? Is it just me? Is it just Oklahoma? What's going on here?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Atlanta scammers almost got me today. So I was at, whoa, did I just flick y'all off? So I was at work minding my business when I get a 404 phone call. Now, usually when I get a 404 phone call, I answer them because it's usually like a doctor's office or something important, okay? So I answer this time and they say that, hello, it's Ashanti Curry. I say yes. And then they proceed to say, yeah, this is the U.S. Marshals. And you failed to appear to jury duty for a federal court case and you have a warrant out for your arrest. Now, to give you guys a little context about who I am, okay? Street smarts, 0. Zilch. I grew up in the suburbs. My mama got all the street smarts. I don't. So, I'm scared. So they're like, yeah, in January, you were served with these papers, and we have here that you signed them at this address. And I said, well, I didn't live at that address in January, but I did live there before. And they're like, okay, well, to confirm that this was not your signature, we need you to come down to the station and we're going to do a signature verification. All right. And then if it shows that that's not your signature, then we're going to process and everything's going to be fine. If it shows that it is your signature, then we're going to move forward with charges and penalties and fines.
Check it out
so
first.
as I'm chit-chatting in this phone call, I'm starting to okay, Spidey senseless, this is a little scammy. So I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, this is giving like weird vibes for me. Is there a way I can verify that this is legitimate? He cuts me off and he's like, yeah, ma'am, you actually can. If you type in this phone number into Google right now, you'll see that this number populates on the U.S. Marshals website and it'll show for the Northern District of Georgia. So I did it, and it is indeed the number. So in that moment, for me, that was enough to legitimize the phone call. But here's where it gets a little twisted. During the phone call, they say, in the meantime, you do have to still pay these fines to keep this a civil matter. If you choose not to pay these fines, then this will be upgraded to a federal charge, and you will have that under your record, and you will be subject to arrest. I'm like, excuse me, what? And then they tell me that the fines there's 2 fines and there's $2,000 each. And they're like, well, so do you have the $4,000? And I'm like, no. I don't have $4,000 just randomly waiting for you. I mean, I'm sorry. Do you live in America? Are you seeing what's going on in the news? No, I don't have $4,000. And then he's like, okay, well, you have a few options. Mind you, these people were rude. They were so rude. They were cutting me off, which I'm now understanding was a part of their little scheme. They didn't want to have me, have too much room for questions. But they were like, okay, we understand. Well, just to inform you, as we said earlier, if you don't pay that $4,000, this will be upgraded. We also have an option for you to pay as much as you can up until that point. And then once the whole case is cleared, then you'll be reimbursed with your money. But you are supposed to tell us how much, up to how much, to that amount can you pay today. So I'm looking at my account and I'm like, I can give y'all $1,500. I'm being so dumb. But honestly, when fear jumps in, reasoning is out for me. The frontal lobe isn't working anymore. So I'm like, I got $1,500, and they're like, okay, well, just to let you know, we will do a background check on your finances, and if it shows that you have more than that, then that will be an additional charge. What? So I'm like, yeah, I have $1,500 I can give you, and they're like, okay, cool. We're still gonna need you to come down. Now this is what kept me in it. They kept saying we're still gonna need you to come down and stay on the phone with us the whole time. And once you get on our property and the fine hasn't been paid yet, you are now in federal custody. Okay, and because you are in federal custody and you have not paid your fine, then we have the right to arrest you. And we're gonna hold you for 72 hours. I'm shaking in my fucking boots. So I'm like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pay what I can to give you guys, to keep it civil, okay? And then I'm gonna come to the station, do the signature verification, Here's where I knew I was being bamboozled. He gives me the first option and he's like, all right, banking information. I said no. All right. The second option, why did this man give me a phone number and a Zelle? He said, here's the phone number and the name you Zelle it to. Zelle? You mean to tell me that the U.S. Marshals can't just pull my funds? You want me to Zelle? I'm at work, by the way, doing all of this, and my coworkers are hearing it, and everyone sees that. I'm in a panic. I'm in a huge panic. When the guy next to me hears all this, he just casually slides me a sticky note, and it says, "This is a scam. Hang up." I don't know what came over me, but it was a calmness, and I just hung up the phone. And then I had a panic attack at work. Because guys, when did scammers get so eloquent? When did scammers get so their eyes dotted, their T's crossed? When did they get this good? And to put the cherry on top, these motherfuckers got little beep 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 sounds playing in the background, making it sound like they're actually at a U.S. or a police station or whatever. I'm hearing all this chatter in the background coming from a radio, making it sound like they're actually at the police station. I say this to say, if you live in the city of Atlanta or anywhere in the world, but I have a feeling it's very common here in Atlanta, if you get a phone call saying that you missed jury duty for a federal court case and you now have to pay a fine or you will be arrested, you're being scammed. I also went on the U.S. Marshal website and they said in no world do they ever ask for money over the phone. In no world are they ever going to call you and tell you they're going to arrest you. I've had many wiggly blonde moments in my life, but this steals the show. And what's really mad is these motherfuckers really had me crying at work. I was crying, y'all. I was scared. They said they were gonna come. They said if I don't come down to the station, they were gonna send a U.S. Marshal to come get me, and they're gonna put me in cuffs. Why did I move here in the first place? Why? I'm from a small town. We don't do this kind of scamming. They call and they say, something about insurance or something like that. We get insurance calls, but ain't no U.S. Marshals. Atlanta taking
So I seen this lady. I scrolled and I seen this lady. And when I say the first couple of seconds, I felt so bad for her because she was literally crying, y'all. She was crying, and then I'm like, she didn't say anything. And then next thing you know, she been on Section 8 for 24 years. She just seen what Trump is initially trying to do. I think it's supposed to take effect in 2026. So in 2026, they're saying the start of 2026, you get 2 years to be on Section 8. And after that, you could never get it again, basically. So, she pretty much was crying and all of that. But y'all, why she say she been on Section 8 for 24 years? She literally was like, I've been on this since I was 18 years old. I'm a single mom. I've, raised all my kids. She was like, I got 3 left. She was like, I'm in my 40s. Yeah, he just think it's so easy. She was like, he just think it's so easy for us to just pick up and just get a new career and this, her, and that. Because she's a single mom, my heart goes out to her. But 2 years, and then a lot of people was asking in the comments, like, half was like they agree with what Trump said and the other half don't. So I'm gonna leave this here. I do not agree with 99% of what that orange ass man said. That ain't my president. I didn't vote for that bitch. I voted for the opposite side. But I will say this. On this particular topic, I'm with him 60-40. And the only reason why I say that is because he said 2 years. I think they should give people longer than that. Me and my husband literally was just talking about this like a week ago. And my husband was like, they should give them, I think he said 3 years. 3 years to get their shit together, and then they got to get off of it. I don't personally agree with 3 years. I think he said 3 or 4. Don't quote me on it. But I said longer than what he said. I said I think it should be 5, because initially to go back to school, if you want to go back to school or go get a trade. Now, if you go take a trade and this and that, of course it's going to be less of the time to find something that you actually want to do. But if you want to go back to school, then I say give them 5 years, because 4 years initially to go to school, actually get the degree, and then 1 extra year after they get done with their degree to actually find something in their career path that they went for, to be able to start actually making a life for themselves. So that's why I said I feel like 5 years is a good ample amount of time for anybody to be on Section 8. You should be able to save up, do everything you need to do. And the lady, I'm like, she's literally crying to me. She's been on there 24 years. You are one of the reasons why he trying to do this stupid ass shit. It's because people don't typically get on Section 8 or housing and food stamps and all. People don't typically get on Section 8 and stuff like that. Get the resources that they're giving you. Save your money. Like, after a few years on that, you should be able to buy you a house. Whether it's a small house, a big house, however you want. You should be able to save, or if not, buy you a house, because everybody don't want to be homeowners. You should be able to at least save your money, branch out on your own, have savings if something goes wrong or whatever, get a job and financially take care of you and your kids. So I agree with some of it, but I don't physically agree with all of it. And she literally, when I say she was crying. And I'm like, 24 years is a long time. But then when you go to her page, and I'm like, I don't want to judge God on that. I don't want to judge. But then when you go to her page, you see she taking extravagant trips. And she's been out the country. Last year, 2024 alone, she went out the country like 3 times. Then when you look on there, you see all these shopping sprees, nails, wigs. That shit expensive, baby. I'm a woman. I know. Wigs, that shit is expensive. Eyelash set, this woo. But you telling me you're crying on here. Literally, you can't afford to pay your rent on your own. But you can afford to go out the country 2-3 times a year. The average working person The average household cannot afford to go out of town 3-4 times a year, let alone out the country. So you're telling me you can afford that? You can afford all this different stuff. You can afford standing in line to get Jordans and all these different stuff, but you can't afford your rent wherever you're staying by yourself. No. That is the reason why they're sitting there saying, that is the reason why that orange ass man is saying what he's saying, because some people take advantage of it. That is not what those services are used for. And then it really hurts because like the people that really need the services, they are unable to use it. And I'ma just say this right here. I'ma go with the homeless every day, all day. Anybody that's homeless, I genuinely, that's like my one project. If I became rich, I would help. I would do my best to try my best to cut down on the homelessness. Literally, I really feel for homeless people because winter outside in the cold is awful. Summer in this heat is awful. Nobody should ever be homeless. Period. Point blank. Nobody. So I feel like those are the people that need those resources. All these homeless people sleeping on sidewalks and stuff like that. Those are the ones that need that stuff. You motherfuckers with the jobs and taking your money to do what you want to do with it, travel, eat steak, lobster, all this shit. Like you going out to dinner 5 times a week, buy out food 5 times. Like those people traveling overseas, spending your money just frivolously and not really thinking about the future and this stuff. Everything, this world is not staying the same. Everything is not staying the same. Everything is fucking changing. And yeah, no. I would take homeless people any day. And those people are the ones that really need those services, not the people that's been on it for 15, 20, 25 years. No. If you haven't got off Section 8 after 5, I'm going to say at least 5 to 6 years, and you haven't did anything, that means you're content with being where you are in life. You're content with letting somebody else pay your bills for you. You're content. And don't get me wrong. If you get, the government been fucking over on us. If you can fuck over them a little bit, then go ahead. But it shouldn't be okay to do it. We talking about long lifetime. Like, you could tell the way she was saying it, that you intended on doing this for the rest of your life. Like, you say you've been on there 24 years. You intended to do this for the rest of your life. That is insane to me. Period, point blank. So, the fact that this right here, maybe this will get a lot of people. Now, I don't agree with that orange ass man, but this one specific thing, maybe that will get a lot of motherfuckers off their ass to actually go to work and be able to figure out what job, what career I want to do. What do I want to work with a company and stick with it and move up in the company. Maybe that'll actually help that. I don't know, but we'll see.
Y'all know sometimes tears might trigger y'all, so if this triggers you, just keep strolling. I am sitting here at this table trying to figure out a way to get these late payments off my credit. I have paid 3 people in the past 4 years to get this shit off my credit. My insurance company took too long to pay off my loan. And so for 4 years, I've had 3 late payments on my credit. I want to buy me a car. And people keep playing in my fucking face about my money. I'm a single mother. This last man just took my money and stopped even fucking responding, okay? It's a whole bunch of people on this fucking app talking about they repairing credit, and all they fucking know how to do is send fake ass FTC reports. So I didn't even know what that was because I'm not a credit person. But I'm damn sure not nobody to just keep running over and taking from either. I'm tired. This shit is ruining my life. I I need help, and I don't want no scamming ass people in my inbox. Like, leave me alone. I need some real help. I don't even give a fuck about crying no more, because imagine being here in the same fucking spot for 4 whole fucking years. I can't get this shit off my credit. I couldn't pay for the shit at the time because I was fresh out of school, a surgical technician. My insurance company wouldn't pay for my rental car either, so I had to make the choice to pay for the rental car. But now I can't even take my kids where the fuck I want to take them to. I fucking hate credit repair. I hate it.
Man, you know, I hate to see my people suffer, and it's because of the lack of information. And some people, they're just not in the know of what's going on when it comes down to, you know, like frauds and scams and things that's going on out there. But let me just break it down. Scams first, and then we'll get into frauds. Okay, scamming, when it comes to scamming, you can be more protective by just verifying, just making sure that making sure that whatever number or whatever people calling you, asking you for money or telling you they have this, there's certain red flags that do arrive when in these types of conversations. If they say you owe them something, because I in my early college days, I could have fell victim to this too, because I'm the type of person, if I see a bill, just pay the bill and get it over with. I don't even know if I owe the damn bill. If it's a bill, pay it. And I got out of that mindset. And you have to be more just more aware of what you're spending on and what's going in and what's coming out. And you have to verify everything you do. So if you get a phone call from somebody and they are out of the blue and they say you owe this or they're gonna take this from you, you have to make sure that it's the right information that they're telling you. Maybe check another resource, and you always should have enough. They always give you enough chances to check somewhere else and give them a call back. If it's like some immediate urgent, then you know something could pull a red flag. I'll talk to you guys on my morning show more about these things. And when it comes to frauds, okay, now frauds, we're seeing a lot of like frauds. It deals with insurance, Section 8 frauds and things like that. People just getting over. Now, not necessarily are they bad people. Some of them, the only way they're living is to scam, because it's kind of like how insurance scams us. Like, say, car insurance. You never get into an accident, but you still got to pay insurance. But it's very illegal it's very illegal. And when it comes down to frauding people with Section 8s and things like that, you know, tenant education, before you get into selling, you have to know, you really have to cover how to sell and how to keep up with these properties and knowing the right information, so you won't fall into any of these frauds, because people are just frauding to get more and more out of, whether it be the government or people in general. You got to be very aware out there. I'll bring up some more. I really want to break this topic down a whole lot better on my morning shows. I'm going to try to get just a whole coverage on it, so you guys could understand that, you know, there are people out there that just, they're working hard, and their mind is so many different places that it's so easier for them to get scammed than a person that you would think that, you know, knows it all or whatever. It's just that fear and that sense of, oh, I have to pay this, or they're going to take this, or I just have to get this over with. And you pay people that you probably necessarily didn't even have to pay. They're probably just scamming you, trying to get your last bit. People are wicked out in this world today, especially when times are so hard. People, you have to understand, sometimes you have to put yourself in the other person's shoe just to understand that, yeah, they might have a little more than you or you think, but they might have their own little problems that they're going through too. It's just so crazy out here with all these scams and all these frauds. It's beyond me, you guys. Anybody, just be safe out there and make sure you verify everything that you do. Don't put your trust in just a phone call or a text message or an email, because that's how you can get your funds. You can send your bank information and all this stuff to people that they're not legitimate. So be aware of what's going on in 2025 with all this AI stuff. Some people are using it for the right things, and some people are using it for the wrong things. All right, love you guys, and thanks for liking and sharing the videos, man. There's so much going on. We just got to be aware out there and get educated on the things that's going to protect whatever you have going or whatever you're paying for. You know, make sure you protect the things that's most valuable to you, and that's your information. That's what they want. Until next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, channel. You know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Love y'all. Peace.